Federal immigration raids in Minnesota are escalating, and so is public outrage. On Sunday, January 18th, ICE agents carried out another aggressive operation on the east side of St. Paul, pulling a man out of his home in freezing temperatures wearing only underwear, sandals, and a blanket. Videos show at least half a dozen federal agents entering the house with weapons drawn as neighbors shouted at them to leave. Onlookers leaned on car horns, blew whistles, and filmed as the man was led away in handcuffs down a snow-covered street before agents sped off in a convoy of SUVs. The man detained was ChongLy Scott Thao, a U.S. citizen. According to Thao and his family, ICE agents forced open the door without showing a warrant, entered the home at gunpoint, and treated his family aggressively. Witnesses say Thao was taken outside in subfreezing conditions, wrapped only in a blanket. His 4-year-old granddaughter was seen crying as neighbors protested. According to 2 U.S. officials, the Pentagon has ordered approximately 1,500 active-duty soldiers stationed in Alaska to prepare for a possible deployment to Minnesota, raising alarms about the militarization of immigration enforcement. St. Paul Mayor ChongLy, her condemned the tactics, saying ICE should be focusing on serious criminals, not terrorizing families.
Today, I'm proud to stand with Mayor Frey and Attorney General Ellison to fight for our residents. This federal occupation of our cities needs to end immediately. Federal law enforcement is racially profiling our residents, creating mass chaos, and undermining the relationship between local government and our communities. We will not stand idly by and watch this happen. With this collective action, we are taking a firm stance to tell federal law enforcement that this cannot happen in our country. It cannot happen in our state, and it cannot happen in St. Paul. Federal law enforcement is going far beyond what they can and should be doing to enforce immigration laws. They are endangering our community's safety, straining our resources, and sowing distrust. While we know we can't control federal agents, we will pull every lever we have to fight back in every way that we can. They've come into St. Paul and needlessly invaded our neighborhoods and homes. They're targeting us based on what we look and sound like. Our residents are scared, and as local officials, we have a responsibility to act. And to our immigrant and refugee communities, let me be clear. You are a vital part of our city. You are loved, and you are wanted, and you are important to the fabric of our state. That's right. As a refugee who came to this country, this is the state that welcomed my grandparents here in the late 70s, allowed our family to break the cycle of poverty in one generation, educated us, allowed us to build wealth, and within one generation have a new family members that are educated and a part of this economy and this workforce. That we need to continue to make sure that our state stays that, and that can't happen if ICE continues to run amok of our city and our state.
The Department of Homeland Security disputes the accusations. DHS claims the operation was targeting 2 convicted sex offenders believed to be living at the same address as Thao. But his family strongly denies that claim, saying no such individuals live in their home. After being detained, Thao says he was taken to an unknown location where he feared for his safety. Hours later, agents acknowledged his U.S. citizenship and released him without an apology.
About 1:30, my granddaughter, my daughter-in-law came to the room and said, "Dad, there's ice out there." I said, "What?" "Yeah, there's ice out there." So I said, "Okay, just open the door." And then suddenly they just banged that door. And then my grandson was asleep out there on the couch, and then he heard the banging, and then he woke up, he started crying, and then he went to the room with me and my daughter-in-law. So I locked my bedroom, and then suddenly they break in, they just came to the room and knocking the door. So I just said, "Okay, just open the door, see what they want." And then suddenly there's a gun pointed at us. I thought, "Whoa." And then they go, "You come out here." I go, "Okay." And then I came up there. raise my hand up, and then they said put my hand on my back, so I did, and then suddenly they just handcuffed me. They didn't ask for my ID or anything until after they handcuffed me, and then they asked me, do I have my ID? I go, yeah, it's in the room. And then my daughter-in-law, she tried to get my ID, but they didn't want to see it no more. Yeah, they just took me out there with no clothes on, and then just covered with my grandson's blanket. So yeah, they just took me out there. And I was like, man, this is embarrassing. Oh, just ID?
Yeah. Just cover.
Yeah, yesterday was. I don't feel like it's freedom. It's like I was scared they might send me back, because I had no relatives over there. Yeah, so everybody's over here now. So I like, man, if they send me back there, where am I gonna live? What am I gonna do? So yeah, man, I was hoping God would save me or bring me back home. They just took me all the way to Wisconsin, and they just said that. Yeah.
And the bang, he was kind of so hard, and then I was like, oh my God, my kid must be enjoying. And then if this is America is what it looks like, why are we here? What are we doing here? We came here for a purpose, right? We're born here for a purpose. To have a bright future. To have a safe place to live. If this is America, if this is gonna turn out to be America, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Why we're here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this all they brought us.
Just to get. I feel blessed for this community here right now because I didn't expect any of this. Like for bringing food and for us to eat, whatever. I'm just like, I'm so blessed for you guys coming here with bringing me food, my wife and family food to eat. I'm just blessed.
Yeah, when I got home, I didn't know until they said, okay, after they look at my IDs, they said, okay, you're good. When I walk in the house, I go, whoa, where's all this food come from? It was surprised me. I go, wow, okay.
I'll be right back.
They just hand it with the what we call it, the dough burger. They just hand it right here. See right here? Yeah. That's how they break it in. Yep, it's right here, and then they took me down here and put me to a car. They were holding my arm, and I think the car was right here somewhere, and it was right here. That's what they took me to. The car was right here. This feels good. I mean, like it was great. I feel better now. So just like everybody know that when they come to your door, just open the door and be prepared what they need. So I'm thankful that God helped me, bring me back home safe.